What is going on, everybody? RogersBase here. I have my Gear 5 shirt at the ready. I've got my Gear 5 Luffy tissue box at the ready. Luffy is beating Kaido today. Today's episode is the Luffy versus Kaido finale of the anime. I am super duper excited to watch this one. I have a feeling they're going to do a great job with the anime. If you haven't already watched my video that I uploaded a couple days ago, I did a recap video where I caught up to all the episodes that I missed while I was in Japan. And so that was 1072, 1074, and 1075. I will link that somewhere in this video. It'll probably be in the description. If it's not, it'll be a card in the video. But I'm just super looking forward to seeing what Toei's putting together for 1076. It's not every day that story arc ends, especially not one this long. And again, I feel like knowing as a manga reader how Luffy and Kaido ends, I feel like they're absolutely going to do this scene justice, especially if you consider all the amazing ways that they adapted certain sequences towards the end of Wano. I'm talking Zoro versus King, Sanji versus Queen, some of these recent Luffy versus Kaido episodes, even the death of Orochi I thought was really well done. We have a 4-year build-up. It's all coming to a head tonight, so let's get started with my live reaction to One Piece anime episode 1076. In 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. 1076, the world that Luffy wants. We just saw that beautiful shot of young Kaido versus Luffy. I guess we're going right into the young Kaido flashback. Fantastic. As brief as it is, I'm happy that we're actually seeing this. Goofy little child Kaido. A person's worth is determined by war. You're an embodiment for the force of arms. I mean, again, beautiful animation here. The flashback might be brief, but I love what they're doing with the fire. I took it all by my own hands and rose to be an emperor of the sea. Little kid Kaido with his scarf. Decimating villages. At age 10, Kaido is already the strongest. Everyone's saying, you're making us even stronger. To be fair, I feel like Big Mom was also kind of in that realm around that time. No one in the world can beat me. This era Kaido? Like 25, 30-year-old Kaido looks awesome. He's not like super duper buff yet, but he looks cool. Our country just can't stop fighting wars. We must win and steal money to pay for the heavenly tribute 46 years ago in the Vodka Kingdom. Otherwise, we lose our rights in this world. We're just tools of this country. Well, why does everyone bow down to those celestial dragons anyway, huh? Good question, Kaido. Also, I love the aesthetic of the kingdom here. This is not how I imagined it looked. I also love how they're animating young Kaido's face, where he's like, why did I deserve such treatment? And the king telling me that he was drafted to become a Navy soldier. Like, they're going all out with the fluidity of his movement here. You're more than this country can handle. Don't mess with me. Yeah, even this shot of him like swooping around with the chains behind him and the Marines watching him. If you turn Kaido over to us, this country will be granted the right to participate in the reverie. Even that little shot right there where he's saying don't use me for politics was animated like it was a One Piece movie, wasn't it? The character acting and the faces just peak right now. Really beautiful stuff. Cutting into that final flame dragon shot. You will be betrayed because you're weak. I'm going to form the strongest group in the world and turn this boring world into a world of violence. Not a great plan, Kaido. He does have smooth animation, though. I'll give him that. Ooh, nice transition there, too, with the fire coming off of Kaido's attack into that transition with the samurai. The way you unified those samurai was impressive. You're even seeing Cypher Pole there. You're a star of hope that the cowards of the land of Wano seized upon. I wouldn't call them cowards. They entrusted their future to you. But at the end of it, what's your goal? You get Brook shielding Robin. You get all the rest of the Straw Hats there. Really cool shot there, too, of the cut-in with Luffy jumping from the sky. Nice animation on his face. You did great. He's giving him his kudos. But there's a button there. Whoa! Whoa! Wait a minute. The way they're animating his Toon Gear 5 self flailing all over the place. Well done fighting to this point. That was gorgeous looking. Abstract Looney Tunes Luffy flying all over the place, Gear 5, getting blown away by the fire. That too, with like his lips flapping in the wind and his teeth chattering. Wow. And how it's intercut with the Kaido flashback and Kaido escaping and how he became an Emperor of the Sea. I love this. They're making the most of what little Kaido flashback we have at the very least. Also, his old bounty, too, you saw in there with the 70. Wow. Looking kind of skinny there. Okay. Almost looks like a beetle. Cool, too. It's almost like they're using different animation styles for each era of his life. You know, you've got the cartoony-looking one for what we have during the current day. You've got this cool stylized one with what they're doing with his eyes all whited out and shrouded out. And then the one from back in the day that was like super saturated reds. Very nice. Again, they're making the most of what little they have, which I appreciate. It is just such a shame that Oda wasn't able to go all out with this flashback, because I think, again, as a manga reader, I was someone who expected more. Yo, young Whitebeard, okay. Seeing this intercut, this is cool. Very, very nice. Meanwhile, 44 years ago at Full-Lead Island. Now, I don't want to speak too soon, but I don't think they're going to start fleshing this out with non-canon stuff. Or introduce things that are canon. Oh yeah, they're not. This is the interaction with Whitebeard and Kaido, okay. Rock said he wanted to see you. So what do you want to do? It's crazy to think of all the strong people that were on that ship. That's a great looking shot of the ship, too. The Rock's pirates are invincible now. Man, this would have been so sick, though. Let's go to God Valley. This would have been so cool if we actually saw him. But, and just cutting right from that to the Rock's pirates fell. Young Big Mom? Cool shot there. What kind of joke is this? They had all those monsters with them. The Navy soldier named Garp defeated them. They must not have known how to work as a team after all. Yo, Big Mom? Right here, I'm not saying always, but right here, this specific tiny era of Big Mom. She was looking a little awoga. Prime Big Mom. I will never ever say that ever again regarding Big Mom, though. Never gonna happen ever again. But that one time while they were with the Rocks Pirates in the downfall of God Valley, Big Mom was all right. Mama. Also getting this terrible Kurozumi, putting her thoughts into Kaido and King's heads. The remnants of Rock's pirates will come into power and weapons will talk. And I got something good for you. Yeah. Oh, man. Those who are born as nobles, drag them down to the battlefield. Actually, that's a really cool shot of Onigashima back in the day, too. A person's worth is determined only by war. This is also really cool with the Shamisen intro as they're showing, like, snaky flame dragon Kaido. Okay, puff your chest out, Luffy. Let's go. I'm repping Gear 5. Let's go. Come on, Luffy. Shout out to the Jump Shop in Tokyo Skytree where I bought this shirt, by the way. Shout out to the really great lighting on Luffy's face right here as well as he's slamming down into Kaido. I don't know where he got it from, but Yamato mentioned Joy Boy's name. Woo! Oden wanted to open the borders to welcome Joy Boy, and here's where you get the little bit of stuff with Kaido talking about Joy Boy, the guy that King is waiting for, getting teases of this back in the day. I know exactly who Joy Boy is. Do you now? I don't think you do. Ooh, I love that as the midpoint of the episode. Before the end card even went in, I was like, I know that's going to be the midway point. That is great. The shot of Kaido inside the Flame Dragon, standing there as Luffy's about to go in with the Bajrang gun. And it's like in that moment, him realizing who Joy Boy actually is and thinking back to back in the day when he said that to King before King actually joined him. Beautiful. Great way to parallel that. Talking about back in the day, his ego, him thinking that he was Joy Boy, thinking he was that guy, and now him in this split-second final shot versus Luffy realizing, like, no, I'm not him. He is. Very nice. Again, even with these intercut shots, I feel like the pacing is really good for this episode. That's a beautiful shot right there of Luffy going down and Momo exclaiming he's going to win. Luffy will surely defeat Kaido. He sure will. I can do it. Let's go, Momo. Make those flame clouds. Let the people's hearts run wild. Wow, okay. Yamato's mouth, that was wild. All right. Coming out flame clouds. Heed my call. Okay, Luffy. Wow. Interesting shot there, too, with the ball of the Bajrang swirling in the middle of the fire. Great music choice. Perfect. Great. Would have chosen this exact choice. Good. Finish the battle as soon as possible. You see the corpse of Ashura Doji there. Thankfully, one of the few people who dies in Wano country. That's great. Lovely, lovely. If only more of the samurai. Ooh! Ooh! Before I could even say what I wanted to say, that shot of Gear 5 Luffy with the red and the orange. Ooh, wow. That was nice. He shut me up real quick before I could say what I wanted to say. Burning Orochi's final head, beautiful as well. Great soft lighting on Komurasaki's face as you get that little Gaussian blur. Beautiful. Love this. A little bit of that shot, the promise that he made to Hiyori all those years ago. And the two of them being the ones that had to take on the burden of the rest of the samurai. Stuck there in Wano all these years. The burden of the Kosuke clan. Hiyori having become a courtesan. Having to become a geisha. Having to become Komurasaki. And then Denjiro, obviously, selling out to Orochi. It's coming. Here we go. The water's flooding in. It's a new era. The fire's going down. Luffy's going to throw the final punch. It's even a nice insert shot of Kid as well. I just feel like they went all out with the facial animations in this episode. I also appreciate what they did with the audio here. With Brook talking under the water where it actually sounded like he was underwater. Cool, man. Seems weird, though, to just continue this stuff here, but odd choice. Don't hate it, though. You obviously have to show this. I mean, Beppo's safety is obviously priority number one. And seeing that sniveling Apu still lived, too. You got to see that. It's all important stuff they're showing. You know, might be minor little pacing complaints here and there, but for the most part, considering how much there is to go over in Wano country towards the end, I'm not super complaining with what they chose to show. KJ said, I like Apu. I like Apu too, but I only like him because my friend is his voice actor. If Brent wasn't the voice actor for Apu, I would have rather Apu died in Wano country. But because it means future work for Brent, it means I like Apu. Now, Kinemon and Kiko, on the other hand, the two of them should have died. The fact that they didn't, I still think is one of the worst things about Wano country. Big mistake. If you were going to have samurai die, make them be samurai that were important. I love that Sanji still got a little Chuji on his head, too. And he's holding on to Osome still. That's my guy. I love Sanji. Best Straw Hat not named Robin right there. Beautiful. The flame clouds are disappearing. Does that mean what I think it means? Onigashima's gonna fall. Momo, you better hurry, buddy. Luffy said, I trust you, I believe in you a couple episodes ago. You better hurry this up. While they're going in this final moment. See, but that goes to show just how strong this punch from Luffy was. Is that while he's still holding it off, he has to let go of Onigashima. He's like, bro, I can't hold on to the island anymore. It's done. Momonosuke, we gotta stop Onigashima. Come on. You want to save the flower capital, right? I really do like to the way that they're animating the lines on Momonosuke are unlike any other character currently. I feel like they're really thin lines and they look almost like wood print versus some of the other characters that have the really thick black lines. Well, except for that. Wow, literally I just was talking about the way Momonosuke was drawn and then they did the opposite. Holy mackerel. Wow, that shot right there, him grabbing out of the flame clouds and whoa! Animation style shifted instantly. I'll sit down and I'll shut up. I was wrong. Wow! Going all out for this. Holy mackerel. That was sick. Showing that in line with this final attack from Luffy too. It is also kind of weird because you have to keep in mind, like, this isn't multiple attacks. This is really like a few attacks. And we're seeing things intercut. This is all happening in tandem with these final punches from Luffy and Kaido. Ooh, and you get that shot through the skylight of Kaido in the sky. Ooh. What is this music track? Wait a minute. This is what they're going to go with for the final attack? The strong will live and the weak will die. I'm going to bury you along with your friends. Shut up, come on. Punch right through his mouth, break every tooth in that flame dragon's mouth, Luffy. Beat him up. I also still think it's kind of wild that Kaido is saying in this moment, I'm going to take over Wano Kuni. But now he's like, what kind of world are you going to create, Straw Hat? Ooh, ooh, I loved that. That's probably going to be the thumbnail. Both of their faces smashed together. I'll probably make the thumbnail where it's like a split down the middle of the two of them. That was great. This also, a little bit of a bummer, knowing that Tama is a Kurozumi could have made this hit this much stronger, but them not revealing that and saving that for like an SBS thing for clarification, I thought was a big mistake. I think that through line with Tama as a Kurozumi, I'll talk about it later because this is going to be the final shot. But chat, you know what I'm about to say? Regarding Kurozumi, doesn't matter anymore. This is it. The final punch. Let's go, Luffy. Let's go. Not even touching each other. Great shot there. What do you want for Wano, Luffy? Let's go. Hold it down, Momo. Think back to the charge from Kinemon, which again doesn't hit as impactfully because Kinemon's alive, but that's fine anyway. Let's go, Luffy. Let's go. Let's go. Melting the flame dragon away. I want to create, and you got Tama there eating the apple, disintegrating the flame dragon. This is it. The little baby dragon in the middle. Smash him like a little gecko. I want to create the world. Slam down, Luffy. Woo! Woo! Clean. I want to create a world where my friends can eat as much as they want. Let's go. Great OST track there as well. Slamming down. Kaido thinking back at his life, flashing before his eyes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 10-year-old Kaido up to now. Thinking about back into Oden back in the day as Luffy's doing the final attack. Oh, the black and white impact frame, the final attack right here. The yellow lightning too for the hockey as well. Incredible. Incredible. The blood showing as well. Wow. Having it be ink. White and black woodblock ink as he slams Kaido down into the ground. Beautiful. It is wild, too, that Kaido had the Oden PTSD to the very end. That was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And you get, Luffy standing up there as you see. Everything floating up to the sky, the hopes and dreams, defeat the scary dragon. Oh, look at him. Look at that smile. That's our boy right there. Floating midair. Savior of Wano country. The sun god Nika. Smiling down on the rest of us. And now Kaido thinking back to the I know who Joy Boy is line to King. Oh, as he's falling down. Joy Boy is the one who will defeat me. Yo! Mwah! Oh man, oh man, oh man. And King's like, then I don't think he's gonna appear. You chose the wrong man. Momo saving the day, holding down Onigashima with the flame clouds, did his best. Drawn like a Studio Ghibli character right there, as all the lanterns of Wano float to the sky. Dude, that final attack from Luffy was absolutely gorgeous. To be continued, One Piece 1076 end, the world that Luffy wants. Now, wait a minute. I'm going to pause this real quick. I want to go back and watch that final punch again. That final punch starting at 9:48 was gorgeous. The where my friends can eat as much as I want. I just want to see this one more time. When he slams down that Bajrang gun, the choice of OST is beautiful. Showing Kaido's life flashing before his eyes is such a good choice, because then it makes the viewer question whether or not Kaido's actually dead or alive, if Luffy actually killed him, or what's going on there. And that visual of the actual punch landing on base Kaido's face, and the way that that is drawn with the black and white is just absolutely unbelievable. That is like better than Sabaody against the Celestial Dragon type punch. And then that impact shot too of him slamming down. Beautiful. I would not ask for anything better there. That was incredible. Especially when you think about the themes of Wano Country, you know, obviously what Wano is based on. Having the final punch be done in a calligraphy style action frame is so unbelievably smart. And I think the way they transitioned out of that action frame into that bit of him floating there, Momo having already saved Onigashima and stopped it from, you know, crashing with the flame clouds. That shot of Momo lying on the ground looking like a Studio Ghibli drawing, and then the cut to the still, even though it's a still, of the people rising and jumping in the sky. I kind of think the use of the still there was smart, because it's like capturing that moment in time. You know what I mean? It's like capturing the people's dreams finally coming true. It's like this is the exact split second things change for the people in Wano Country. Is that time stops. Kaido's been defeated. Luffy's up in the sky. Momo's down to the ground, and he's like, I did it. Things are forever changed now. Joy Boy has defeated Kaido, just as Kaido prophesized. Again, absolutely, positively beautiful. I could not have asked for anything better during that final punch. I thought that was phenomenal. Even just, I'll let it play just so I can watch this final little minute again. But the way that transitions to the smile, and then Luffy's like, I did it, it's done. Like smiling, knowing it's actually done now. Very, very, very good. And like I said, the slow motion going into the still of the things rising into the sky. Everything's, you know, standing still. Things have changed forever. Absolutely gorgeous. Incredibly epic. Could not have asked for a better finale of Wano Country. I think that was great. I also think, too, I'm going to pause this again real quick, because obviously we're just rewatching it now. I also think, like, this is something I mentioned on my other video regarding 1072, 1074, 1075. And something that I brought up during my manga reactions and reviews to these chapters as well. I think having it be this makes the statement that Oda said regarding, like, I don't want Luffy to just beat him with a punch, still okay. Because it wasn't, like, he did just beat him with a punch, that is true. But when you see it laid out like this, it's so much more than just one final Bajrang gun that slams down against Kaido, right? Like, I think having it not just be the one punch in the sky, but having it be like a barrage of them as he's dodging the fire, and then one last one that lands in Gear 5, which is already such like a game-changing power-up for One Piece. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I think this is exactly what I wanted. I think my expectations were met. I think there really weren't a lot of pacing issues this episode. I feel like there was cool stuff all the way around. I think they showed exactly what they needed to show. And I think what they did with the Kaido flashback was brilliant. Because, again, you don't have much to work with. Oda didn't give them much. Because, again, you spoil future content with rocks by showing that. So I feel like what they did with the material that they have was as good as it was going to get. Which I think is great. I still don't love that it wasn't that much and that it was relegated literally to the end, but I still think that line from Kaido about, I know who Joy Boy is, it's the person that's going to defeat me, is fire. So I think that they did a good job with showing off just how strong Kaido was. What a big moment this is for Wano Country. How big this is for Luffy. How much growth Luffy has shown. You know, him truly deserving the title of Yonko now. It's brilliant. So, yeah, 10 out of 10. I loved this. Let me know what you think of this episode down in the comments below. Like, comment, subscribe, and until Monday, my live reaction to the new chapter of One Piece, I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody!